last load of the year headed out.
Hey, it's your girl Andrea. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the fun. If you can't tell, you really can't tell from this angle, those are not finished fat cattle. They're all calves in this yard and the next yard over, which means the fats are gone. Super exciting stuff. Nathan and I were actually gone up visiting his family for Christmas. It was the day after Christmas when we shipped him out. So mom and dad took some video. So without further ado, here comes that fun.
Come on, you fat little turds. Hop! Hop! All right, boys and girls, time to get in. Hop! Come on, fat tubs. Hop! Thank you. And there goes load number 1. Heading to Tyson. 5 is what you got. Thank you very much. You too. Drive safely. Last load of the year, headed out. Got done loading out cattle, so time to walk the barns, check the newbies that came last week. They are looking really good. Bunks are pretty clean. Bunks are real clean, so I think we'll up them in some feed today, being they're getting on feed good that way. Everybody looks, they're waiting for feed too, because they keep looking at Sterling across the way feeding the other ones, so it's coming. Hopefully in end of the next week we can get them kicked outside to the big yards out there after we get cleaned and ready to rock and roll that way. But these guys look pretty dang good right now. A few coughs, but not bad. Just finishing up chores. A little bit later start this morning. It is Thursday, December 26th, the day after Christmas. Happy birthday, Darcy, my little sister. Loaded out the last 2 loads of fat cattle this morning. That was first thing. 2 loads gone. Yard, we'll get that cleaned either today or tomorrow and do some swapping. Got the rest of the chores done. Now I'm heading to the barn because yesterday Sterling plugged the bale processor. So we have to unplug that this morning. Just about got done yesterday with it before we plugged it. Had to do 1 yard by old-fashioned way, cut the bale, but it worked. The barn was bedded, so at least that was done before it plugged. So let's go see what he's got going on and if he's already unplugged or if I gotta help. Got that cleaned. Got a little bit out of the spout. Now let's see if we got it. Pile there. Came out of there. Pile back there. Came out of there. That's about empty. Got her clean. Now we're going to change a belt while we're in here. This one's about shot, so. Okay, new belt is on. This is the old belt. As you can see, that's supposed to be all the way like that, except it's supposed to be all the way around. So it was more than needed to be changed. So hopefully that should make that work a little bit better. Morning, everybody. Today is, let's see, what day is it? It's Friday, December 27th. Welcome to day 4 of It's a Small World out here, man. This fog is getting tiresome, but we'll deal with it. Got to keep a little closer eye on all the livestock at this time. Makes for a lot more work. This is the type of weather that can bring in many different bouts of pneumonia. So you got to watch calves, especially the new calves we just got last week. They seem to be all doing very well. There's a few coughs, but that's to be expected with brand new babies coming in and getting them up and running. They're all waiting for feed. We upped everybody a half a pound yesterday, so I came to check the bunks this morning. Bunks are pretty well licked clean, so most likely we will up a little more feed, which is a good thing. They're eating means they're healthy. So we'll keep that going there. Cows are a little out there somewhere, trying to hide by the bunks there. You can't see them very well. Might have to go out later today once the fog lifts and check the fence. Usually my fencer is outputting at about upper 7s to 8 joules. This morning, the last couple days, it's been running in the 6s. Now this morning it's 5.8. A lot of that can be caused by the fog, the ice hanging on the fence, the moisture. So yesterday it was coming back up as the day went along, as the fence was starting to dry off. Well, this morning we got a whole nother round of fog, so it's down to 5.8. We're gonna wait and see, because I think it'll come back up. I don't think it's grounded. I think it's just moisture and wet and frost and fog causing it. So, but we're gonna, Sterling's got the first batch just about loaded, so we'll get that loaded and go. Bedding isn't too bad. We did double bed everything last night because everything was so wet from 3 days of fog. The other scenario, which is really odd to me in December, is when we get to play in mud at the end of December. We usually don't have this, and I think the next 2 or 3 days we're going to be in a mud mess again. But sounds like next week we're supposed to freeze again, so hopefully it won't be too many days of it and we can get back to normal business with some frozen ground. Would be nice. First load of feed is fed, second load is on its way, but as you can tell, there's not room in the bunks for everybody on the first load. So most are eating, but there's a few that are waiting and just kind of watching and monitoring, waiting for Sterling to come with the next load. Like I said earlier today, 'tis the season of mud in December. And off to the second row of bunks. I feel a little excited to get to the other bunk. And we are, oh, let's see, T-minus about 47, 48 days to calving season. That'll be here before we know it.
Fats didn't get their feed cleaned up before they left. Trying to haul manure out of there, which now at least we can lock the little jerk faces into the alleyway, because it's not full of fat feed that I can eat and get sick, because it's too much grain for them right now. But getting a workout in, scooping out a good chunk of feed, because I didn't know when they were leaving until the night of, so that was super fun. But I wasn't even here. So, cattle are gone. All of our finished fat cattle are now gone. They were gone by the end of 2024, which is really, really, really exciting for us to, you know, have them all born in 2023, purchased in 2023, but all gone by the end of 2024. That's the quickest I think we've gotten them all out of here before, which is awesome. I think, you know, before we've had January, February, which we calve earlier now and all that jazz. But it's just good to have them out of here and just starting fresh with new calves. One of my previous videos was the whole buying $200,000 worth of cattle. And I've gotten some comments. I knew what happened. I wanted to be very honest and upfront. And, you know, like, people love to learn. You love to know, like, what are cattle going for? That's a pretty common question in the comments of my videos, because if you're in the cattle industry, or you understand that cattle prices are really high right now. And people are like, oh, must be nice, or you're rich, I'm not going to watch your videos. That's fine. If you don't want to watch my videos, that's cool. But if you think that we're rich because we bought $200,000 worth of calves to have on feed for the next year, that is not right at all. That essentially is gambling with our money a little bit, right? Like, instead of going to the casino, we just, like, feed our gambling. It's one of the, you know, the jokes that I saw yesterday on Facebook. But when I say in this video that we're selling $200,000 worth of cattle, because it's funny to me that we bought $200,000 and now we sold $100,000. So it's kind of a wash. But when we're selling $200,000 of cattle, know that we had a lot of input costs that went into raising these cattle, most of them, all the way up from birth, or purchasing them last fall as feeder calves from somebody else that raised them. We have all of the feed, we have all the veterinary expenses, we have all of our time and our labor, all of the equipment used, hauling manure, everything that goes on. So when you see that this is $200,000 worth of cattle selling, that's not all profit. That is not anywhere near the dollars we are making on these 2 loads of cattle, right? I will say, to be honest with you, last year when we bought calves, a lot of these feeder calves we got out of Wisconsin, same situation, we do that about every year. A lot of them were priced decent, and we bought before prices jumped up even more. So these 2 loads of cattle, we're going to make some good money on it. However, in a year or two, that's not probably going to be the case. So I know there's going to be comments in here of like, must be nice, rich, blah, blah, blah. If you want to think that, that's awesome. Just know there's a lot more that goes into it. We all know how high interest rates are right now. Our cattle that we purchase generally go on an operating note, which has interest that, guess what, follows the market. And lately the market's been doing that number. Our interest is up there as well. So I just wanted to add a little context to that because someone's going to be a little jerk in the comments. But honestly, if you think must be nice, I would invite you to come hang out here. I would invite you to haul shit with us for days on end and help me deliver calves that are dead inside of a cow and experience that. Pretty morbid response there for my sass coming at you, but I love what I do. I love farming, right? I love it every single day. There's days there's moments where I'm like, ugh, but I love it. However, that does not mean that it's not hard. It takes a lot of time, a lot of sacrifices, and the reward at times financially is not super great. Right now, the only part of the agriculture industry that's doing well is the cattle industry. Very happy that we have that piece, because if we were relying solely on crops right now, things would be pretty grim looking, because crop prices absolutely suck. And for many people that are renting their ground, they're losing money this year again. So thankfully, we don't rent a lot of ground, but we also have cattle going on that we can make things flow with our farm, being diverse. Just a little bit of a tidbit information for you. But anyways, I'll get off my soapbox here. That was shipping out the last 2 loads of fat cattle for the year. As I said, Nathan and I were at Christmas with his family, but it is a good feeling to have them gone. And that means we are one step closer to calving season, folks. And that is my favorite time of the year, and everyone knows it. February 17th is due date officially, so by the 10th of February, you could expect to see some babies potentially showing up. Until then, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. Got any questions, drop them below. I'd love to have some more conversations about this, as long as you're not going to be an a-hole about it, all right? Cool beans. It's part of sharing your life on the internet. Someone's going to be a jerk. But anyways, till next time, we'll see you then.